Everyone, it is currently the 23rd of September 2015. Meteorologist Robert Spenna here with you today. I know it's been a little while since I have made a video update. Been quite busy, but today really cannot ignore our latest storm system. This is Tropical Storm Dujuan, which is continuing the track off here towards the northwest. Taking a look at satellite imagery. First glance, you may be thinking, hey, this storm system looks pretty organized. Center of circulation must be in here. All that convection going on out here. But in reality, it actually is quite disorganized. Take a look at this, actually. This is all of the convection, but it's getting sheared off. Look at that little swirl towards the northeast here in the last few frames. That is the center of circulation on this storm system. That's actually some fairly good news because shear is coming in. It's pummeling this storm. It's pulling in a lot of the convection off towards the west, so that is slowing the rate of intensification, but it is expected to move into an area of less vertical wind shear as we go ahead through the next 24 to 48 hours. This is all going to kind of lift off towards the north. That should allow it to intensify. Take a look actually at the latest forecast track, first from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. At this time, they're expecting this to make it up to quite a strong typhoon by the 28th, 120 gusting to 145 knots. Just like that, though, the Japan Meteorological Agency currently at 35 knots sustained. They do expect it to continue to intensify up to a typhoon status as we head into the 26th. They only got to go out 72 hours, vice the 96-hour forecast from JT. Although the big consensus with all the agencies is the fact that this is expected to recurve off towards the north. We have a passing trough coming through across Japan, actually currently bringing some showers there in the eastern portions of China over towards the Korean Peninsula, and as that passes by, we're going to see a little dip in here, and that should pull our storm system off here towards the north. But I think with numerical guidance, it's picking up more on that big area of convection and less on the center of circulation, because numerical guidance basically throughout the day today depicting more of a westerly track and less of a recurvature scenario, at least right off the bat, not happening. And ECMWF, which you see right here, actually shows the storm coming very close to Okinawa. That is the latest model to do so. Gem shown here actually has been going farther and farther towards the west, and that actually takes this typhoon over Miyakojima as a fairly strong typhoon, even looking at those winds really impacting Okinawa. And then the GFS, I know that's the one, that's the American model a lot of people use, and it's been a pretty good model this season as our storm system basically with a direct impact there on Okinawa. And actually scroll back a little bit right here, this is showing you by Monday morning, basically moving directly over Naha, pressure around 970 HPA. So yeah, that would be right at typhoon intensity, pushing right over the middle of the island and eventually off there towards the north and then eventually towards the northeast on a recurvature pushing into Kagoshima. Like I said, it's about the timing of that trough. The big thing right now, our storm interacts with this trough right there, that front that you can see dipping down across western Japan, our center of circulation right in, distance apart here. I think the agencies are going to lean farther and farther west. JTWC actually has been in a few of its runs, but I think that they're going to start to lean farther towards the west, at least coming up in kind of this direction before trending towards the north. And if it does miss it altogether, it would be more of a westerly direction. And actually, JTWC in the prognostic reasoning is saying that there is a big disparity in the models, and that in the long range, they're not very confident exactly what's going to be happening here with this storm system. Right now, we have to see further intensification out of it to really get a good idea. Like I said, the convection is displaced way away from the center of circulation, so that kind of throws another wrench into the machine here. And on top of that, exactly when is this going to be impacted? Because the rate of the forward speed of the storm all depends on that trough really hooking it up or not. So yeah, right now shear is impacting it, but it is going to dissipate, and that's going to be a bigger scenario here. Right here, this is a pretty good image where you can see that disparity between the convection down here towards the west and our center of circulation. So this is just getting sheared apart, so it has to go through some of that step. But if I was on the southern Japanese islands, I'm in Tokyo, and I'm going to be watching this closely just in case it does recurve. But in Okinawa, definitely would be paying very close attention to this storm system over the next 24 to 48 hours. If it does impact Okinawa, it's probably going to start Sunday night into Monday, probably Sunday, Monday time frame, just a very slow moving storm. But if it does pick up its pace, hey, it could be sooner than that, maybe Friday to Saturday. Right now, this is just one of those things. It is a middle typhoon season, and you got a developing typhoon out there. pay attention. Alright, guys, that's all for me right now. Thanks for watching.